As of January 2026, I've been on YouTube for the past 13 years, and that is such a crazy thought to me because I opened up this channel back when I was 12, and I'll be 25 in May. So it's really kind of wild to look back at everything and to see how far I've come, not only as a content creator on the platform, but as a person. Because how often can you say that you started a hobby as a kid that you still continue to do so as an adult? Probably not too many things out there, but this is mine. And I was gonna make like a special commemorative video about celebrating 13 years, but I'm not about to do all that. I'm old, I'm washed. I got another channel I have to attend to. So I did just kind of want to sit down and just, like talk some shit real quick for a couple minutes. I'm not going to have any fancy editing. More than likely, I'll just have some gameplay in the background while I speak, just like it's 2015 all over again. So yeah, I started Alphaexgames back when I was a very young child, just like many other people who started on YouTube. And pretty much at the time, I was in middle school and I was very shy, very introverted, but I had a lot of passion for gaming and also anime at the time, but especially gaming. So I kind of pivoted that towards to opening a YouTube channel because, hey, at 12 years old, you pretty much have all the free time in the world. The only thing you have to really do is schoolwork and homework, and that's as far as my responsibilities kind of went at the time. I was really bored at home a lot of the time, and I figured because I was already on YouTube watching people like Smosh and Dashy and Toby Turner prior to him coming out as a crackhead, and I was like, yeah, I want to make some gaming videos too. So I grabbed my camcorder and I pointed it at the TV, and that's pretty much how that started. And I found out about emulation and how most emulation softwares have like built-in like recorders, so you can record gameplay and audio as well. And that's all I had to start the channel, and I went with it. And that was that. I didn't have any fancy equipment. I just used whatever I had already at home, and that's what I used to start. But the ironic part about the internet, as much of a cesspool as it is, as much of a very dangerous place it is for children, starting content creation at that early of an age taught me a lot of very important skills I used later on in life. For instance, it gave me a work ethic that school didn't really provide for me at the time. And so once I became old enough to get a real job, I was able to transition kind of smoothly because I understood what it would take to work on something for hours at a time and be responsible for it. And honestly, that by itself does a better job in preparing you for the workplace more than being in school did for me. But even more importantly, the main big lesson that I picked up from YouTube is self-confidence and being more secure within myself and in my voice. As a kid, I had a very bad stutter, and it was to a point where whenever we would have to read something aloud, I would always mess up on some words and have like little pauses. And I would get made fun of a lot from that. And it was to a point where shit, I didn't want to really speak anymore. And I think subconsciously it kind of developed into this fear of talking to people. For a short while as a kid, I was put into speech therapy, and it helps you develop techniques in order to kind of slow down your speech and to kind of help you come out more clear, but it's not a cure. And all of the main busy work you have to do is within yourself. And by recording these videos on YouTube where you have to essentially sit by yourself in a room in front of a microphone and constantly hear playback of your voice, after a while, that kind of helped me grow out of it. Of course, I still have blocks here and there, but that's kind of why I talk in this monotone, kind of sarcastic way, because it kind of helps keeps all my thoughts and my word flow as smooth as possible. So in a way, and I never really came to this conclusion before, but YouTube helped me out more than speech therapy ever did. And I'm grateful for that because it helped me develop enough confidence and a strong enough sense of self to where I can appear on camera in skits and video projects, and I can do voice acting things here and there. And all of that started from me just opening up this silly little YouTube channel 13 years ago. And I'm not saying this as Alpha Excalibur or as Professor Alpha. I'm saying this as Giorgio Jones. YouTube changed my life in the best way possible. And for anyone who's watched me since 2013 or fuck, even last week, I appreciate it. I'm usually talking about movies over at Geo Filmworks these days, but I'll be popping up over here every so often to just sit down and talk about some games. I don't really see this channel as a thing I have to work so hard to grow anymore. It's a comfort zone. It's a place I can always come back to and it'll feel like home.